Okay, so welcome to Vibe Osmosis, everyone. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Excellent.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do.
I'm Alia D'Alessandro. I sing and play guitar in Little Venom.
My name is Ricky. I play guitar in Little Venom.
I'm Anna Van Heben. I play bass.
My name's Luca. I play drums and circular pies that are made of metal.
We're pies made out of metal.
Yeah,
How do you come by metal that is in a circular pie?
exactly.
This is definitely metaphysical here. How did you guys all meet each other?
Ricky and I were on tour with another band that I have called Tres Leches, and he plays guitar in that sometimes as well. We were on tour, and I kind of was voiced to him like I'm interested in doing another project that has like some thrashier vibes to it, and he was into that kind of stuff too. So when we got back from tour, we started creating some songs together, and Luca came to us through another really cool band from Seattle called Black Ends, and Nicole Swims from that band recommended him to us, and when he came, we were like, yeah, that's obviously the best drummer in Seattle right there, so let's work with him. And then it was just a matter of putting out a call for bassists. Anna auditioned for bass along with a few other people, and I mean, for me, like, as we were auditioning other bassists after her, I just couldn't get her parts out of my head. It was almost like I had to stop myself. I was like, don't tell the bassist to play, like, can you play it more like this person, like, and so I was like, well, obviously we should just go with Anna, and yeah, that's kind of how we all met, and then we started all writing our songs together from there.
Now here's a fun Vibe Osmosis question for you all. So, if you were stranded on an island, but you could only take one thing with you, what would you bring?
I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question.
Do we get any more information about the island, like the landscape of it?
It'd be like a lost situation.
A lost situation. Okay, that's good. That's really good detail, because I'm just rewatching Lost right now.
Awesome.
So I know that there's like at least like polar bears, and there's like sea urchins and stuff.
There's polar bears in Lost?
There is polar bears in Lost. Yeah. It's not like a huge spoiler. It's like in the first 2 episodes. Sorry.
I could have been.
It's more of a teaser than a spoiler.
So many times. The last 20 years.
Okay, so I'm just so there's like, I'm just thinking, the first thing I think of is food, right? So just so
Water
you guys know, in
purifier?
case you haven't, that's good. That's probably smart. That's probably smart. A water purifier is a really good choice. I was gonna say like some kind of weapon in order to get food, or a knife to cut food, but water purifier
I love
might
that
be.
you choose violence and I choose water. That's like real in character.
That's good, because like I think like we'll choose different things, and together we might survive.
Yeah, like a Swiss Army knife or something like that.
Swiss Army knife
Luca
with
and
a
I are
water
going
purifier.
hunting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Luca kind of is the John Locke of the band.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You only use the magnifying glass though, in the Swiss Army knife. Yeah.
Check it out. It's slick.
Yeah. Check it out.
Ricky.
For me, it'll probably be weed, because I can't survive.
That's great,
great
Ricky.
choice.
This is thank you for bringing the weed.
Second, there's one.
Yeah, straight up, like, I don't know, I can make like a makeshift bomb out of something. Survival skill, that's how it is, right? So
Use the Swiss Army knife to make
A
some
coconut?
makeshift bombs.
No, I feel like if you guys were all stranded on an island together, this situation would really thrive than like a naked and afraid situation.
It'd work out. We'd make it.
All right, so to get back to the music, what's something that you guys enjoy working on together, like inside your practices or recordings? Is there like a certain structure that you guys follow, or do you guys just kind of see what maps out in the end?
We kind of just like bring something to the table. There was a couple occasions where we had jammed on some tunes, and songs came out of that. Like if they like Let It Break, that's how it kind of came out too. We're just kind of jamming, and I thought those were really cool, really fun times to kind of just flesh out some things like that. Come from this riff, and Taste was the same way too. I kind of had this structure, gave it to them, and then we jammed out like the rest of the song, and we got Taste. So to me, that's kind of like my favorite, is just kind of jamming with these guys.
Yeah. We've also had different people bring in riffs or ideas that we already have, and like with 1FE, Alia brought the lyrics pretty much fully formed in the idea of it, and it was great. And same with your song, Ricky.
Your song. Yeah, so how do you guys determine which is like whose song's who, or whenever it becomes like a collaborative effort in the end? Do you ever distinguish that?
No, I think they all become just our songs. I think Anna just meant we literally have a song called Ricky Hoyos named after Ricky. I think that's what she meant by
that is what I meant.
Yeah, but they're all our songs. Like there's not really
I see
like
the
that.
sound in here.
Yeah.
Even that song's changed a lot since Ricky originally brought it. So
yeah. We always change it up. The final writing always comes with the band at the end, and the songs like themselves like form when the four of us get together with them. So they're all, even if one of us brings a riff or an idea for a song, and even like when I brought 1FE, like that song had gotten fleshed out, because I kind of like had heard that song like on my plane ride back to Seattle, and I heard like the riffs and the lyrics for it, but we still all like I didn't really know like all the other components to make it a full piece, and neither, I don't think any of us kind of like write each other's parts for us really most of the time, and so it's by the end of when we all get together, that's when it really becomes like the song, and the rest is like we might have like Ricky's idea, Anna's idea, Luca's idea, Alia's idea, but at the end they're all our songs.
Now, here's a fun question as well. All right, this is new for Vibe Osmosis 2025. If you could create a holiday that didn't exist, what would you create?
Ooh.
Yeah, this one's
That's
good.
a really good one. It's a really good question.
420 already exists though.
You said 421, extend it.
Yeah, 421.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Is it a day? Is it one day, or is it like a holiday, like
Some
like how some holidays are like 8 days long?
Yeah, exactly. I would go for a full ass crazy festival type thing. I don't know, maybe like European style. 7 days of wine.
I think like 7 days of spa is the holiday that I would do, like
a spaliday, if you will.
Spaliday. Yeah, there you go. That's what it's called. It's called Spaliday, and it's free and gets paid. It's free healthcare by the government, basically, and you go get 7 days of like, it's not just spa. It's like there's definitely the spa component to it, because you can go and get as much massage as you want and go sit in a tub and just take off and get like fed good food that's good for your skin and stuff. But you can also get like any kind of healthcare you need. So that's the Spaliday. 7 days. 7 days off, and your work's not allowed to contact you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love it if the people working in the spa were like the millionaires and billionaires, and they have to do 7 days of hard
That's
labor.
a great rule. That's what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Any other bright ideas for a holiday?
I can't think of one. No.
This one is a pretty classic one for its revival. If you could choose an animal to be your sidekick, what animal would you choose?
Oh. Flipper? The
Like
dolphin?
specifically Flipper.
Yeah, specifically Flipper. Yes. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It would be kind of, yeah. It would be a useless sidekick on land, but whatever. It's not.
But in the water, that would be
In the water,
great.
it's great. Yeah, exactly.
You're
You're
perfect.
gonna get really pruny.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in the water so much.
So much.
I mean, you're going to be pruny during your spa day too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Depending on the day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not on the day. I
Flipper
go
could join.
to the dentist.
Flipper could join, yes.
That's true. Flipper could be the ones giving a massage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Like,
Like that, yeah. And then, yeah. God, that would be amazing.
I would
I
love
would
to go to a
be-
spa where it's just seals slapping you. Oh my god.
Could imagine. I could imagine how ridiculous that is. That would be great, though. And like otters and beavers, too. Beavers slapping you with their tails.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just slapping.
Yeah.
It's just slapping. The
There's
spa
like
is
this
just
walrus
slapping.
room.
I guess.
If you're like hardcore.
Yeah.
But if it was just a spa slapping and the millionaires are there, that might go wrong.
Oh.
Like you were saying, you wanted the millionaires and billionaires to be the ones at the spot, but if
Only
it's a slapping
employees.
spot, that might.
No, the only people allowed to slap are the marine mammals.
Okay. Okay.
That was it.
Yeah.
Any other sidekickers out there?
For me, it would be a squirrel.
That'd be cute.
Right.
And practical. You could like,
Oh,
squirrel
fuck.
could like run little tasks for you.
Mm-hmm. They're small
Rely on your neighbors.
places and all that, you know.
Yeah.
That I also have been kind of reading up on squirrel growth.
Oh. Mr. Ed, the talking horse. That would be cool.
It would be good to communicate, yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be your sidekick.
Right.
So, like, they're like with you all the time. You kind of got to
Mhm.
be able to be like, please don't take a shit in the meeting room.
Yeah.
Control your horse.
Yeah.
Alright, so
You could-
you have a choice.
Oh no, I was just gonna say a bird with a GoPro would be really funny.
Yeah.
Get the aerial
No
views
one
and
out there
everything.
is putting GoPros with birds. I guess it's only a drone.
I was going to say that's called a drone.
That is a drone.
We're gonna have to say of
Would be
Transformers.
more fun if it was an animal friend and be like, look, this is where I flew today.
That's true.
Well, I
Okay.
was gonna ask you, when it comes to you guys' music, like, what's your recording process?
We record ourselves.
Yeah.
We record. We got a space out of this place in Seattle called Crybaby.
I've heard about it. Never been.
Yeah, and it's on Capitol Hill in a basement somewhere, and we've just got like an eight input Focusrite claret, and we got taught how to record by Ruben Ansaldua. He's from a band from Mexico called El Shirota, and the bassist of that band, Huicho, he also mixes and masters our stuff. But that band knew how to record themselves real well, and so Ruben taught us how to do that. So we've been recording ourselves, and we recorded our EP. I think we've recorded everything. I don't think we've ever gone into a studio. Yeah, we recorded our EP and our split that we have with this other Mexican band, Mini Mono.
Yeah.
Well, they recorded themselves, but we recorded the 2 tracks.
Mhm.
So, what's like your favorite piece of gear or equipment that you use to work with? You guys are pedal heads or anything?
Ricky is a bit, right?
Yeah, I am. I was obsessed by just like finding the right. I've been obsessed finding the right sounds, right distortions, and all that. And I settled with the one I had. Where I went through so many, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep the one I have. And
Can you shout out maybe like a favorite pedal of yours?
favorite pedal? I'm really liking the Blues Driver a lot, and the Big Muff. Those are kind of distortion pedals right there.
Very rad.
And I also really like a really good delay pedal. So
Yeah.
I don't know which one I have. I kind of forgot the name of it, but it's a good one. I kind of bought it as an emergency delay pedal, and it worked out.
One that I've been fascinated by this story. People that make Guitar Hero made their own instrument idea, and they put so much money and time and effort into making this deal, and later on got sold to Vox. But they had like a whole warehouse of all their gear, and I guess it burned down.
Oh,
seriously. And then like the other gear just had to they lost their older versions, you know what I mean? But I feel like in some cases, like just like vintage guitars and vintage amplifiers, sometimes the original ones are the best ones, other than the ones, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. The older ones do sound better, from what I heard too. I like the reissues.
I'm always kind of picky about like either going for the new version, or do I want to like go back to something that I know like has like a lot of artists, you know, backing it too. Here's a fun question for you all. What's some of your favorite movies?
Ooh.
This is a Luca question. Sure.
That is
a question.
Goodness. I don't know if it's I like Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. Whoa. That's
But
a
then
thank you.
I also like Waterworld, but I hate Kevin Costner because he's such a bad actor. Like, I just can't take it.
Costner gonna stamp on Robin Hood?
Yeah. Oops. Oh well.
Yeah, rest in peace, Yellowstone.
My favorite movie is Alien. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Choice.
Ooh.
First one. Yeah.
Good one. Good choice, Ricky. Respectful.
Yeah.
I like that choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. That movie still holds up really well after all these years. I watched it recently, and I'm like, I forgot how old it is. It's like 7.
They are epic.
Oh yes.
Yes, it's so good.
But I kind of also am like half of a fan of Romulus. Like I heard that the newer version is going to be better.
Do you like Romulus?
Well, I've seen it in theaters, but I guess that the director wants to have like better cut when it comes out on Blu-ray. So
I heard they fixed like a CG. I don't know if I should spoil it.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if it's good.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a good movie. Yeah.
I like Babel from Iñárritu, Alejandro Iñárritu. It's one of my favorite ones. That's an older one too. When was it released? 2006. That's been my favorite movie for a long time, probably since 2006. And I think it's definitely like one of the first like movies that dealt with very like hardship and real life situations that I ever watched. But I liked the way that the stories were told, because it's one of those movies that tells like 4 different stories, and then at the end and you are not really sure, like there's kind of themes that connect them, but you're not really sure how it's all connected, and then in the end there's kind of a bigger reveal that connects them in a more tangible way.
Right.
And that was really cool because I just thought each of the stories were told really impactfully, and had a great acting roster, and it was Brad Pitt, Kate Blanchett, and Gael Garcia Bernal, who's one of my favorite actors. But like the kids that were acting in it too were really cool, and it was also really cool because it has people from all over the world and goes all over the world with it. So I think that was another thing that I liked was like I was watching it at like a younger age and I hadn't seen as much of the world, and so it was kind of showing me different parts of the world and both like the happiness and the struggles of people from different parts of the world and kind of how that all comes together. So
Yeah.
I think that continues to have like a big impact on me.
Anyone else got a favorite movie?
Anna, do you have a favorite?
I can't think of anything. I don't really watch a lot of movies.
All right, so here's one that's this one's pretty new. This one's different. All right, but do you guys actually remember your dreams?
Sometimes.
So yeah.
Do you have a dream that haunts you?
No. Unfortunately, I'm one of the people who don't remember their dreams.
You got lucky here.
Yeah.
I think I had a dream one time where everyone was mad at me. I was like, what the hell? Man, like, freaked me out. And then I woke up, I'm like, oh, everything's okay. I think it was all. Did that happen? I'm not sure. Yeah. That happened yesterday?
Pretty terrified with dreams, but I remember mine deeply.
I had
Is
a
there
dream about a
something-
park. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. You go
I
on.
had a dream about a place in Seattle that before I actually went to that place, like I had a dream where it was like this bridge over water connecting these two park areas, and then I was at the Arboretum and I like turned around and there was that exact place, and I had never been there before in my life.
That is deep.
I mean, I don't know, but like I go to that place and it always feels kind of spooky.
Heard that there's some graves out here in Seattle, and I've never been to the graveyard, so I hear you.
There's some famous ones too.
I hear I've never visited.
Like, well, technically, I think they're in Renton, but Jimi Hendrix's grave
Bruce Lee's grave is in
Yeah.
Volunteer Park.
is in Volunteer Park.
Yeah, or nearby.
I went to Kurt Cobain's house.
Nice. I've been inside for
Yes,
something.
great. That's kind of that's
Right,
kind
that's
of
a-
dark, Ricky.
Yeah.
Compare his last house to his grave, but like, I mean, it's kind of true. It's the
I mean,
sad thing.
I've been to
That's sad,
Linda's.
yeah, this is that part. Yeah. That's cool. They had a little bench, memorial bench for him. Yeah.
Have you had any dark dreams? I'm curious, like if there was like a reason why you asked that. Like you kind of like had to look like have you guys have any dreams?
Well, I think
yeah.
I always had weird dreams, but especially after David Lynch died, I think like all people's dreams have been like the most surreal things I've heard from my friends. So I'm like, is there like something in the water out here? It's like I've been drinking the water too hard. So to mention some musicians that have died and whatnot, and that they have graves and all this. What's some musicians or artists out there that you guys all listen to or have been influenced by? Got some.
I've been listening to this band called Wishy, which
Heard.
with Wisho showed me, and I really like them. I can't stop listening to that album. I listen to a lot of alternative rock, everything from like Wednesday to Sunny Day Real Estate, so current stuff all the way to the older stuff. A lot of music out of Mexico, like Diles que no me maten, No somos marineros, El Shirota, Mini Mono, Muérete tú.
I know we bonded about liking a lot of like
New stuff to look for.
rock music in Spanish when we joined the band, and also just a
Yeah.
lot of that like early kind of post-hardcore phase.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, there's a band called Phobia from Mexico that Anna and I really liked. Bands like that.
I also love that like Luca knows a lot of jazz and jazz fusion, and Ricky knows a lot of more like metal and heavy stuff. And also we both like some pop and R&B as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's I've been listening to a lot. I listen to a lot of Tesseract again. I've been listening to a lot of Tesseract again, and I'm just influenced by just how they kind of take a lot of space in their music and just I don't know, make yeah, and I love how it sounds the same with some parts and it's different because there's like a little variation they did or something like that. So by that I'm kind of influenced by those guys. Going on from what Ollie said, Wishy, she showed us that band, and I've been listening to that album a lot since you showed it to me.
Yeah.
And so like bands like that, and also I guess Julie is another band I've been listening to.
Julie, nice.
Yeah, kind of like that's like really like shoegaze kind of music right there. And Ultra Q is another really cool band I've been listening to.
Okay, cool.
They're very alternative. So I listen to metal, but nowadays I've been just kind of been inspired by like the alternate scene, I guess, like shoegaze, like Wishy, Ultra Q, and all that.
Yeah. I was recently inspired by a performance I saw on Tuesday by a few local people. Jacob Zimmerman, Eric Eagle, Matt Weiner.
I did hear about this show. I didn't go to it.
It was at the Owl, and they played there on Tuesday, and it was also Christian Pincock, and that was great. I was blown away, absolutely floored, because every time I go there, it seems like everybody plays really loudly there, but they were like the few exceptions, or they were the one exception where everybody was just playing super dynamically.
Right.
And that was just amazing. And I also have been listening to this one group called Speedometer, which is like a down tempo artist. It's really cool stuff actually, but specifically the album, what is it? It's Private. That's the album by Speedometer. It's great. It's one of my favorites.
Any other bands worth to mention?
I've been listening to some this is a really oldie, but Joe Strummer. Yeah, but his not the stuff with the Clash, more like the stuff he did with the Mescaleros. Just remember the Mescaleros.
He has some new recordings. He's really good. He's a really good artist.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask them, your guys' like jams or practices, when do you guys like take times to like set time apart outside of the band to like hang out and do stuff together and whatnot? So it's like the last round of questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes we hang out like after a rehearsal.
Yeah.
I still love the pasta night that we had, where we just went and got pasta on like a random Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I mean, I don't know, like we'll all hang out, and then like you guys are friends with my roommate and I'm friends with your sister, and like I feel like we're all kind of like in a similar circle of people that are all just really kind and get along, and it makes things so much easier than being in a band where it feels more like cold and like colleagues and sort of purely work.
Yeah.
We all like ask, well, we got something to do. Do you guys want to hang out today? Let's do something. So we always text each other like that, basically.
We have a text group called the Tippin' Oranges, which is a nod to something that Lucas said randomly on a tour.
Yeah.
These oranges are tipping.
Yeah. That's what it was.
And so we made a group called the Tippin' Oranges, and it has us in it and a few more of our friends and family. And we post on there if like we have a show or want to go do something or see a movie or go to an event together or just get together. And then
whenever you guys get together and like gym and stuff like that, and practice, do you guys like record your practices? Do you ever do that?
If we're writing,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just so we can remember our parts, because a lot of stuff changes in the moment.
very neat.
Yeah. We do like our phone just record. Like,
Yeah, not like professional at all.
yeah.
Yeah, I like being in the studio to record the practices, and they'd be like,
Mhm.
I don't know, the doors might have done that. I don't know.
A lot of setting up.
There was a
But how do
period.
you guys also like find time to like set goals for each other like as a band? Like when do you guys like get to like pick, okay, we're gonna spend this day or whatever to work on like what you guys have in mind?
We have a set day. I think it's every Sundays. We get together at the studio, and
Nice.
there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a set day. If we have it's every week we get together. Either we have to rehearse for a gig, or we write.
And
Yeah.
I'd also say that it's kind of like in terms of goals, it's we definitely set them, but I think it's more of like the opportunities find us, and then we pivot to those. For example, last year we did our first US tour, and that was pretty planned, but then Mini Mono asked us to go do a Mexico tour with them. That absolutely wasn't planned, and so we went and did that. And now we're going to go on a tour in February with Tommy Stinson, who's the bassist for the Replacements. And that absolutely wasn't planned at all. But then, like, we have like milestones, things like we had an EP, we did a split with Mini Mono, and now we're kind of like, should we maybe do an album? So there's like, it's kind of like a natural progression. And yeah, meeting weekly probably keeps us on the track.
Before, did you guys ever have like your own like solo projects or anything like that? Like starting out like younger, like early days?
Yeah, I play in Florida. I used to live in Florida, and I played like a progressive metal band. We played like 2 years, and then kind of we play like it was like a cover band, but mostly like a lot of jam band songs. So a lot of jamming on that. I did that back in like 2017.
Oh.
So that's kind of the projects I was involved with. My early years.
I was in a band in high school called the Pink Pajamas, and that was a very different time, but it taught me a lot about being in a band, and like we got to play Chop Suey, which is like a 500 capacity venue in Seattle. And so that, like, I mean, we didn't sell it out by any means, but we made enough that like we could make something off of it. And we certainly didn't owe them the venue money, so it was good to like understand like building up to a point where you could get into a venue of that size, and promoting that kind of stuff. And it was just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun to be in a band with my friends in high school.
Luca, you've been in like a zillion bands.
Yes. Too many to recount. No.
Man.
Yeah. They've all been really good to like perform in, just because they taught me so many different things, and just being able to play with like different artists around town too also has been like really helpful. But like sort of like the first band that I was in was kind of out of high school, or at least for me, I was out of high school. Everybody else was like maybe like a junior or senior in high school, but
Yeah.
I was, again, similar to Ricky's group. It was kind of more of like a prog rock group. And we do have something recorded. We actually have a few things recorded, but
The good old days.
yeah, good old days. Yeah. Way back.
Yeah. Do you like to look back at the progression and see where your band right now is at? Do you like to ever compare, or do you not look at it that way? It's like more about making music in general.
I think it's more about making music in general. Like I try not to compare what I did in the past to what I'm doing now, because
Good.
I'd say it's impossible to really do that. And
Right.
you know, to an extent, it also kind of defeats the purpose of making music.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I think that's really smart, but I definitely compare. I absolutely compare, if I'm being honest. But it's at least it's like going in a good direction. I think like it's more of a way of like since we're learning some of Tommy Stinson's songs right now, you know, like I'm learning like a new guitar technique that I haven't played before, because I've never played like that kind of, like, I don't know what you would kind of call it, like maybe Americana or whatever, but it's like a lot of like finger picking in between, and I haven't done that before, and I'm just glad that like this is how, like, he asked us now, because I'm like, okay, I'm at a point where I can at least like I can get there and I can learn it. And if I had this opportunity when I was younger and playing in like other bands, I would just be completely out of my depth. So I guess in those ways I do look back and I'm like, I have come a long way. I have gained experience, and I'm very, but it's more, I guess that's more of a good way, because it's appreciative of like, I guess it could be negative because it's not, but I think it's more ends up being appreciative that like, okay, I was here back then, and now I'm definitely not, I'm not there, and I've grown from that. And I'm grateful for those experiences to get me to where I'm at now.
I feel like it's a balance of like learning and picking up stuff from other people and then creating your own thing. Like when I first started, I was in my 20s or early 20s, and I was trying to do my own project, and it was very scary because I didn't have any idea what I was doing. And so I didn't really like being at the front or writing. And so I spent a lot of time after that just playing in other people's bands, just learning bass, like just learning how to do a band. And then it got to a point where I was in this other band where I was just playing the same songs over and over again, and we weren't writing anything new. And I just was getting kind of bored with it. So then when you guys wanted me to play, I jumped at the opportunity because I was really excited to write again. And now that I'm a little older, it feels exciting. And I feel like I've done my time kind of being more in the background. I'm actually excited to be more like involved with the writing process. But I agree. Like, I feel like I'm glad this was asked now instead of earlier, because I don't know if I would have been able to pick up stuff if I hadn't done that, like learning other people's songs era.
Well, appreciate you guys all taking the time to join Vibe Osmosis. It's been a really good chat. I'm gonna go ahead and